I'm back. Okay, so in my last video, I talked about one of the issues that I had, which was anger, but I didn't finish by going into like the trauma part of this and how I think it's so important that we don't remain quiet about what's happened to us. See, this molestation and all of this abuse and all of these family secrets get to continue because we don't speak up and keep speaking up until we're heard. Like, how many times do I have to go to a family barbecue and watch my stepfather sit there and act like he's done nothing, and everybody around act like he's done nothing? And then there's kids running around and little girls he's picking up and sitting on his lap and all this crap. Like, what? Everybody needs to be accountable for this. Now, hey, listen, if you have to tell Uncle Terry that he can't come to the barbecue because there's kids there, then you do that. Because the bottom line is the protection of all the children in the family. You know, Uncle so-and-so is a child molester. There's no two ways about it. It's not just one person who said it. Because generally, when you have a molester in your family, he hasn't just molested that one person. But when that person speaks up, like in my case, then here come, my auntie who says he did it to her. And here comes a couple of cousins who said they did it to him, to them, you see, because that person's going to find victims where he can find victims. Whatever job he's in, if he doesn't have a job that's with children, then it's the children in his family, wherever. The bottom line is, we all know. And we just sit around and act like we don't, because why? It's an uncomfortable topic, or, oh, well, that's between them, or, oh, I wasn't there, so I don't know, and blah, blah, blah. That's all cop-out. That's all cop-out language and cop-out behavior. And it's not fair to the person who's been victimized to sit there and act like, oh, well, I don't want to be the elephant in the room. I don't want to cause any trouble. I just want to hang out with the family. No, the family needs to be rallying behind that person and saying, hey, we heard what happened. We're sorry. We believe you. And either I'm not going to invite him, or I'm going to give you a choice to not show up, and we'll have another. I don't know how it works out, but the bottom line is, let's stop acting like it's okay. It's not okay. If you haven't gotten to a place where you're completely healed and you've forgiven your abuser like I have, then that pain is like, I know there were years that I wouldn't ever go to a barbecue where he was at. Why would I subject myself to that? The minute I even thought about it, the little girl in me just got shaken with fear and anger and pain and resentfulness, to the point where I couldn't even think. I would just cry because the memories would come flooding back. And the fact that nobody there was going to stand up for me or protect me was just like, it was unbelievable. You see, people don't like when I talk about it, but they don't understand the only way that you stop it is by talking about it, by bringing it up to the surface. I don't care how many times you have to tell the story. Tell your story. Please don't allow that perpetrator to continue to have his perfect standing in the family, because that's part of their persona. That's part of the shield that they use. They show up as the most respectable person, But it's all a lie. It's all a part of the game. I'm going to do all of this gross stuff, but I'm going to show up as the winner so that nobody can point the finger at me. I'm going to be the one who buys all the food. I'm going to be the one who, shells out money when people needs it. I'm going to have the best job. I'm going to do all these things to make myself look like I'm not a creepy freaker, which is exactly what you are, a creepy freaker. Okay. That's just my own, but it's not funny. The bottom line is, you're nasty. Okay. And People need to know that. And most of the times there's multiple people in the same family. Like in my case, this family, which was my step family, 4 of the 5 brothers molested their kids. 4 of the 5 brothers. Okay. So this is a lineage thing. It's all in the family. And has anybody stepped up to say anything about that? No. Now, some of them have passed away, and still they talk about them like they were the best this and the best that, which is so annoying. I don't want to talk about it all day, like, harp on it, but I would like for it to be acknowledged that those people abused their daughters and their stepdaughters and probably a ton of other people that we don't know about. And we don't want to sit here and talk about them like they were good people. And guess what? What they've done has affected the next generation. Because now I have a brother who is accused of doing the same thing in my family, with cousins who are coming out of the woodwork talking about what he did to them when he used to babysit. Now, how horrible is that? And still, it's not something that's openly talked about. I tried. There was a barbecue and he was coming, and one of the people that were accusing him was coming, and I was like, we're going to pull these 2 people together and we're going to get this out because the whole family needs to know. Well, of course, he took off before I got there and on and on. There's all kinds of ways to avoid these situations, and they tend to do it very well. But what they do more than anything is know that the person who's accused them doesn't have the strength or doesn't have the power to stand up and say what happened in front of everybody. And that is the most unfortunate thing. So what I want to do and what I want you to do, if this story resonates with you at all, the next time you're at the family barbecue and nobody's expected and everybody's sitting around eating their watermelon or whatever it is they've got, just bust out and say it. Hey, everybody, can I have your attention? Uncle Terry is a child molester. Yeah, this is what he did to me. And this is how many times. And this is what happened. And these are the people who know. I mean, make sure that you're prepared and you're protected. Bring your squad with you. Do whatever it is you've got to do. Either you're fortified in yourself or you've got a protection of people around you who are going to come in and say, back off. Because, when you bring up stuff like this, people get so angry. And I don't want you to put yourself in any danger. So I want you to be prepared. I'm not saying like bust out and do it. I'm saying like be prepared. Build yourself internally. Okay. Bring your squad, your people who are going to protect you with you, and tell the truth. Because it's not fair that you should be eaten up inside while this person is over here acting like nothing's happened. And don't worry about hurting somebody else's feelings, because your feelings matter too. Your feelings matter. What's happened to you has touched every part of your life. Listen to the story that I just told about how it touched my children's life, even though I was able to protect them. And examples like that go on and on and on. How it's touched my finances, my work life, my relationships, my friendships. Everything has been affected. So Uncle Terry has to have a moment of embarrassment while you deal with a lifetime of trauma. Seems like an even trade-off to me. So I'm just saying. I'm also going to have a series that is dedicated specifically to those of us who have had childhood traumas. So please subscribe to this channel. Like and subscribe. I'm going to tell you the things that I've used to get myself not out. I'm not going to say you're ever out because it's an onion and there's always layers you're peeling and peeling. But I'll tell you some of the techniques that I've used that have been most helpful to me. And and give you tips and tricks that will help you excuse me, in everyday life. So please like and subscribe, follow me. I'm here for you. I mean, I understand. I've been there, and I know that there's liberty. There is. There is liberty, and we can get there. So like and subscribe, follow me, and I will be making those videos very shortly. Okay. Peace.